Nothing much on my end. It's Tuesday already. The weekend, it appears, I feel in the vibes that it's going to go by fast. I feel that. I feel like it's going to be good vibes and fast week. Isn't that amazing? I didn't do too much today. Did my little workout and ate some barbecue. And it's always a great day when you eat barbecue. And yeah, got a little rest. It's just literally about it. Just trying to knock the week out. Got a Super Bowl weekend coming up, so I really not even consider that a weekend off, right? But, life is life. Let's get into hot topics today. Let me see what interesting thing happened. The news is kind of repetitive. A lot of people still talked about what happened with the award shows this weekend for real. Let's see what we got here. First, we'll kick it off with our Black History fact. 12 years ago today, Trayvon Martin was killed by George Zimmerman. That sucks. He would have been, 12 years ago today. He was only 17, so yeah, he'd be close to turning 29. Man, I can't believe it's 12 years. Also, yesterday was Rosa Parks' birthday. Happy birthday to the Rosa Parks. Ida B. Wells successfully sued Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad Company after she was forcibly removed from a Tennessee train from refusing to give up her seat. So she also had a Rosa Parks moment. I think they said she was Rosa Parks before Rosa Parks became Rosa Parks, which is not shocking that several people had to deal with this. Also, in 1839, Edmund Berger, he patented his invention called the spark plug. So there you go. That is your Black History fact today. Let's see what else we got. Taylor Swift dropped a track for all you interested. Two women recently filed a lawsuit claiming they were sexually abused for years by their ice skating coach, a former Olympic figure skater, and misconduct that lawsuit says should have been obvious to other adults around them. Former President Trump says that he wants to debate President Biden ahead of November's general election. Are they going to actually try to fight this time? Parts of Los Angeles received more than 11 inches of rain. For the first time, the NBA will play on glass as part of All-Star Weekend. And what does that feel like on your knees? They're using an LED glass court. Interesting. Donald Trump could soon face over $400 million in legal penalties. He ain't worried about that. He's just racking them up. Senate Republicans threatened to block a major bipartisan border security and asylum restriction package just one day after the chief negotiator signed off on it. Since its release last week, some people have shared a video of themselves testing out Apple Vision Pro devices, while others have made videos observing people who look out of place while using them in public spaces. I'd be thinking somebody's going to hit me over the head and rob me. Like, we don't live in a safe utopia like that to where we can all be just walking around with goggles on. I just don't even... I'd love to see how overstimulated the brain is with doing that and trying to pay attention to your surroundings. Red Bull has commissioned an investigation into Christian Horner, the team principal of the highly successful Formula One racing team. Why? What did Christian do? They wouldn't say the reason, so there you go. King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer after undergoing a procedure for an enlarged prostate. Will probably survive this, but there is a chance that William could become king. And for somehow, those people are already blaming Meghan Markle for this. But it's so funny with the royals. They put out a letterhead saying, "Hear ye, hear ye." The king, like it's interesting the way they live over there, as if we're in a civilized world. Jose Tinajero is one of 40 people whose convictions have been thrown out of all cases associated with the retired detective Reynaldo Guevara. Rivera is accused of falsely incriminating dozens of men and women from 1980s to the early 2000s. At least 43 Maui wildfire victims live in a cramped, century-old neighborhood. They said this was the apocalypse and we were ground zero. Dang. People should take heed because, they just threw these people in a crammed up little neighborhood now until they rebuild. And, thank your lucky stars. A man with a life-threatening milk allergy has sued McDonald's, alleging that a slice of American cheese on his Big Mac caused him to have an allergic reaction. Shoot, man. If you got milk allergies, I probably wouldn't eat anything at McDonald's, because do you really trust them to handle and change gloves and all that? The CEO of Boeing said in a letter to staff that a worker is at its supplier discovered Mistral holes. So Boeing is still investigating problems, manufacturing issues with their plane. Enticed by the prospect of romance and riches, coaxed over LinkedIn and WhatsApp, thousands of people have sent their hard-earned money overseas, never to be seen again. In 2023, we saw well over $3.5 billion in reported losses. Y'all just giving y'all money like that for some catfish? A growing range of rewards programs can help households claw back a few bucks on everyday purchases on high credit card interest rates. Sounds like a scam. The Grammys brought in 16.9 million viewers, which I guess that's good. I'm not sure what the normal average is. Alright, what else do we got here? Alright, this is when humans get a little dumb. So the question was, would you work here for $10,000 a month? And pretty much you have to wear this contraption on your face where people can bite off of it and cut off of it. It's so close to cannibalism. And I don't know why we're obsessed with that. Killer Mike is receiving, his son is receiving a kidney transplant after waiting 3 years for a match. Oh, I thought that was him. Killer Mike. So, besides going to jail, he's having a good week. Besides that little misdemeanor charge he had. See what else we got here, y'all. Former Florida Highway Patrol sentenced to 21 years in prison, robbing several pharmacies at gunpoint. The news is kind of slow today, besides, like I said, King Charles prostate cancer, and Popeyes is getting ready to share heart-shaped biscuits for the freaks of the industry. Let's see what else we got here. Meg Thee Stallion celebrates going #1 and speaks about spending her own money on her visuals. Yeah, it's the news is lackluster today, which is a good thing. It's a good thing when it's quiet and there's no, like, besides there is still a war. Of course, there's wars going on, but for the most part, nothing new is on the horizon, thank goodness. Let's get into these Reddits then. There's nothing left for you guys out here. What life tip do you wish you'd figured out sooner? I love how everybody has these little saving charts where if you save a certain amount, you could have been a millionaire. I would have wished that. Somebody said how to say no to people, especially at work. Yeah. And I'm still learning that for real because, in the back of your mind, you feel like you should, but these jobs, they don't kill yourself. Pay the bill the minute you get it. You will not remember to do it later. Yeah. People who you're worrying about what they think of you, they're too busy worrying about what you think of them to care. Trying to avoid suffering usually causes more suffering than just facing it. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go through stuff. Like, if you know something needs the Band-Aid ripped off, rip it off and heal from it. Don't keep putting up with stuff or trying to water things that are dead. Don't feed things that should die. Never take anything personally. Sometimes people will be angry for their own reasons. Take in their emotional poisoning is a choice. What did you change or start doing as far as diet, gym, or exercise that improved your sex life? Somebody said cardio and learning how to breathe during intense cardio. Cut back on alcohol. I listened to everyone and proceeded to go F myself. A lot of people saying cardio and weights. Kegel exercises for men. What? Wouldn't that be your butthole? Weights. Somebody said I got divorced. Training abs and core exercises. Somebody says switched hands. For Americans, do you actually leave a spare key to your house somewhere outside like in the movies? Heck no. Heck no. And I want to see how many people are dumb enough to actually put this on here. Somebody said, yes, I hide it under the doormat, but it doesn't work. It's just an F you to anyone that looks. Right? Some do. We have a spare hidden in our garage because we have a passcode to open the garage. What about when the power goes out? Yes, under a fake owl. One time I got locked out of the house where I was pet sitting, and I was like, where did you hide your spare key? And they described which rock it was buried under, but it was literally buried under the soil. Pretty brilliant, so a thief can't find it just by flipping rocks. He'd have to start digging. I mean, it's just too much work. If you really get locked out of your house, especially, a lot of people don't even use keys anymore. So, if your power goes out and you don't have a key, Like in our case, we have a screen door. We're kind of screwed, so we either have to wait till the power comes back on or just break a window. What items should people buy in bulk but hardly do? Paper towels, toilet paper, batteries, snacks. You never can have too many snacks. Trash bags, yes. Forced air heater filters, non-perishables, flour, seasoning, seasoning, Ziploc bags, all that stuff. Personal hygiene. Yeah, the list could go on, man. Dish soap. Yeah, I'm always needing dish soap. So that's me. I should be buying it in bulk, which I do, but I go through dish soap. Like, I use dish soap like it's like syrup on a triple stack of pancakes. Like, I pour so much the dish soap in my water. I just can't help myself. And my husband tries to give me this squeeze bottle. No, it's too slow. I need the flow of the soap just coming out like crazy. I love that. What's one minor change to the human body that would be a game changer? If you can turn your neck 360, that would be a game changer. And rotate your arms and legs both ways. Like, game changer all day. I'd love to have Inspector Gadget arms too, man. You know how many times I'll be laying in a bed and just wish my arms could just reach so far. Somebody said if there was a way to internally close your ears the way you can close your eyes. Yeah. Teeth that grow back. Separating the food and air intakes. Adrenaline is only secreted in life-threatening emergencies, not for a phone call from an unknown number. Being able to consciously tell your immune system what to fight and what not to fight. That's smart. Nerve cell regeneration. No more paralysis. Yeah. Turning your period on and off. Some very smart answers here. Perfect cell repair forever. A butthole that poop doesn't stick to. Every poop is clean cut with only the most minimal wiping. Teflon anus. That would hurt. Teflon anus. Better design knees. Yeah, I mean, the way we can get like butt replacements and all this crap, we should be able to get knees, elbows, like, and they should feel good. It shouldn't be all mechanical. If we spent more money into that and then plastic surgery, I think we'd be so much better. Stronger backs, yeah, the disc in the backs is like, yeah, lots of great smart ideas. I thought these were going to be a little crazy. What is something you will never do? Shoot, the list is long. The list is very long. So I'm just going to read some of these because I'll be here all night. Take a submersible to the Titanic. Spelunking in a cave. Swim in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I've swam in the Atlantic Ocean. Stay with someone who cheats. Bungee jumping, skydive. Yeah, I'm not interested in either one of those. Eat a hot pepper to find out if it's really hot. Smoke. Yeah, I have no desire to smoke. Lighting the grill after forgetting I left the gas on for a minute. Single facial hair isn't attractive and smells terrible. Drive under the influence. Hard drugs. Yeah, I have no desire to do that. Somebody said rape. I would hope so. Somebody said commit suicide. See how something so clean could just start going downhill? Alright. Let's get into these story times because y'all always just gotta go too dark so fast. Alright, let's see what I got here today. This glare of my phone is not my best friend right now.
Police arrested 36-year-old Lisa Snyder at her home, then charged her with the murder of her young son and daughter. The district attorney calls it an emotional investigation.
This is a horrific, tragic incident.
Police received a 911 call to go to the Snyder home on Route 143 in Kempton on September 23rd. They found 8-year-old Connor and 4-year-old Bradley Snyder hanging from a wire dog lead in the basement of the house. 2 chairs had been toppled over. The children died days later at the hospital.
Lisa, why on earth would you want to kill your 2
Court
children?
documents reveal Lisa Snyder told investigators her son had been bullied in school and wanted to die, but not alone. Police say surveillance video and unnamed witnesses dispute her claim.
The video showed no signs that Connor was in any distress whatsoever.
A search warrant revealed police removed electronic equipment and found evidence that Lisa Snyder had searched the internet for ways to hang oneself. The district attorney says Children and Youth Services took Connor and an older brother from Lisa Snyder in 2014, but the children were returned to her custody the next year. Snyder is being held without bail in the Berks County prison. The DEA says there are aggravating circumstances in this case, but has not decided whether to seek the death penalty. In Berks County, Barbara Barr, WGAL News 8.
So not only did she hang her children, but she also had sex with the dog. Disturbing.
Hi, Alana. How are you? Good. You're the one communicating with my husband and Terrence and Kenneth. Your big father's Kenneth, right? Yeah, this is my husband. Tawanda. Yeah, you're the communicating with Terrence too, right? Sorry? You're communicating with Terrence too. You're supposed to meet up with him today as well. Yeah? Yeah, this is Tawanda, my husband. Tell her about us. You want me to show her our wedding pictures? Sorry to ruin your night, your plans.
He's speechless. He's just sitting there looking stupid. But this wife caught her husband at a bar cheating with his coworker.
I was addicted to drugs. Heavy. What type of drugs? Oxycontin. Damn. How did that come from pain? Man, I went to the dentist. You know, it was time I was married. And I was going through like a divorce before that. But even just when I was married, I went to the dentist. And just life, so much stuff going on. And she gave me some Vicodin for a thing, and that Vicodin made me feel like Superman. I needed more. And I just started like, yo, my teeth still hurt. Not gonna lie. How did you shake it? Man, how did I shake it? I'm gonna be honest. I'm real honored that people ask. Just God had to show me. He actually showed me died, like showed myself get out of my body, like an out of body experience. And like I was dead. I saw myself dead on the bed, out of my body. You know what I'm saying? So he was just like, you know, I got you through this. And I was like, but you know, the withdrawals, and he just weaned me off. I started just breaking little pills and started weaning myself off. Still go through the withdrawals. And God just weaned me off. Just weaned me off slowly. And then I never looked back since. And people put it in, still put it in front of me, and I never had the urge. So I know I was stronger than what I thought I was. I heard you say you was going through a divorce at that time. Did that play any role in it? Oh yeah. It definitely played a big role in it. And I want to shout out to my lady, my queen now. She rode me through the whole storm. She used to sit down and see me sleep and wonder if I would wake up. You know, watch me and stuff like that. That's a blessing. And she rode with me through the whole storm. That's why, you know, I believe in, you know, you all. That's why I treat her the way I treat her. Like, you just know who's down for you when you're going through shit like that because that's a rough experience. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, battling addiction is, some people relapse, some people do certain things. I never did that, thank God. I was just happy that not having withdrawal, because withdrawal, people's like, you didn't go to a doctor? You didn't do that? He said, man, you could have died. I said, well, God talked to me every day. You know, man, you know God. I'm like, I'm dead serious, bro. Like, how else I could have do it? Yeah. She was there to monitor, but it was God taking her through the process. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me what's real and not real. Like, who else been? I was taking 180 like two times a day. Damn. That's a lot for 2 years. I ain't supposed to be here. Damn, that's a blessing, God. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
And you were still working?
Still working. Some people knew, like, I was going to session, and people knew because it started the show. Because if I ain't had, I started itching like Ray Charles. Damn. Real. I was like, Pookie. And you know, man, you can't do nothing about it because your nerves bad, you're irritable. Shit wild, bro. But when you own it, you feel like that dang Captain America.
So that's Timberland talking about his addiction to pain pills, and by the grace of God, he got off of them.
To the woman that has a man but doesn't have a man, but that's still your man. So to the woman that has a man but doesn't have a man but that still has a man, that ain't your man because y'all fuck without a condom, or he allows you to see him walk around on the soft, or because his friends calls you sis and he introduces you to his mom. Trust me, there's another woman that thinks she's the only one involved, that thinks she's the only one he talks to throughout the day and thinks she's the only one involved. That $10 cash app for coffee to start your day off ain't waking you up enough to see that your worth to him is the equivalent to a Chipotle bowl, a hookah lounge, a lemon drop. Ain't it funny how he talks to you throughout the day when he's at work, but when he gets in the house, his signal drops? I mean, you're not even special enough to get past his favorites when his phone is left on silent. You be delusional, believing in his lies, knowing he lying, putting them in your close friends like we don't know why you hide him. He be embarrassing, he be a waste of time, and while you waste time trying to get him to understand that you're more than just a sneaky link, more than a good morning text, more than the way you at or what you doing just for you to respond, and he replies with the empty response. You be expressive, he be nonchalant, he don't take accountability even when he in the wrong, and somehow you still let him have sex with you? Even after on more than one occasion, he done had your pH balance questionable. Flipping his phone over every time he's around you, but over your shoulder every time someone texts you. Having women coming to you, sliding your DMs, coming to you as a woman messaging you. I mean, when you gonna understand, sis, that ain't your man, sis. You be taking him serious and he be taking advantage. You be communicating and he ain't understanding. You be talking to him in love languages and he be speaking in Spanish. You thought you'd find compatibility in a man that didn't even understand what companion is. I mean, you thought you was gonna find healing in somebody that was damaged. Love, you better than that. And you should know better than that. Make sure you find love within yourself before you ever go back. Boom. To the woman that...
Okay, so I wanted to give y'all a quick story time about how I almost got trafficked by my best friend. Well, literally like set up in traffic. This is why you should trust who you hang around and watch your surroundings at all times. I was dancing in this little hole in the wall in New Orleans, and I had met this girl at the strip club my first night. She was telling me how she was best friends with my best friend, but I had never heard of this girl a day in my damn life. So when I asked my friend, at the time dance partner as well, I was like, hey, do you know this chick? She claims that she knows you. And she was like, yeah, she's cool, you know. She's been dancing here a long time. We consider her like a OG. So So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm already getting in with the OGs. And if you know, you know, like, when it comes to dancing, I actually knew I was literally a baby dancer, like 19. I'm 27 now. She invited me to brunch the next day. Mind you, I didn't stay in New Orleans. I stayed in Mississippi. And I didn't have a car at the time. Like I said, I was, like, freshly out of high school. And she pulls up in this Mercedes, and she takes me that she's outside. So, yeah, I get in the car. And she was already being a little awkward. Like, she was cool for the takeoff, but y'all, once we got on the interstate, craziest shit I had ever heard in my life. One of the questions was like, how would your family feel if you never came back? Like, if they never seen you again? Like, girl, who asks that, first of all? But anyway, I kept going with him. So I'm listening, I'm just telling her stuff. I'm telling her, like, why I started dancing, you know, what's my goal dancing, because at the time I was really into, like, just the pole work. I cared too much about shaking ass and shit. And she was real fit, y'all. Like, this, I don't know. So also, I started to notice on the ride, you know, to New Orleans, I would ask to go to, like, fast food and stuff. She didn't eat fast food. Like I said, she was real fit, and she had a very strict diet. She's ordering, like, I think, like, a parfait or something from McDonald's. I was ordering, like, all type of stuff, you know. Was it the mission to go get brunch? Okay. So I'm texting my friend. She has my location. I'm texting her, you know, every time that we, you know, make a little stop or whatever, just to let her know, like, everything's okay. Like, I'm with such and such. You know, she real cool so far. So mind you, while I'm making these phone calls, the girl is also making phone calls, but it's like a man's voice I'm hearing. I mean, every time we stop, y'all, we could literally, like, and I brought my little chihuahua too at the time with me as an emotional support animal. I didn't care at all. I bring my dog everywhere. She would stop and, like, call this man every single time we would stop or pull over. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I told my friend, I'm like, girl, does she have a boyfriend? Like, I'm texting her, I'm like, hey, did you know she got a boyfriend or something? Because every time we make a stop, she's calling this man, telling him where we at. My friend was taking too long to respond after I asked her if, you know, if there was, like, a man involved or whatever. Did she have a man? Okay, we get to the girl's house. Y'all tell me why we walk in and her lights are out. Her lights are out. So I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, what we gonna do if the lights out? You know, so guess what she calls? This man. So she's like, hey, like, the lights are out. Like, what are we supposed to do? I'm supposed to be getting ready for brunch, but the lights are out. Like, it's like as if the lights are out was like a fucking key word or something. Then we go to this motel type of place. Mind you, I keep telling y'all this is like 2015, 16 at the time. So, yeah, motels, hotels, it really didn't matter. So we check into this motel, and girl, when that motherfucker got on that phone and telling me where we was at, I lost it. Because why do you keep calling him and telling him where we at? Why does he need to know every little move? Like, it's not making sense. So we get a knock on the door. It's the man. It's the man. He's like, hey, let me talk to you for a minute. Shorty walks out the door. Soon as he says, hey, let me talk to you for a minute, Shorty walks out the door. So at this point, I'm just looking at, like, you know, like, girl, what's good? And he was like, hey, such, and you're going to need my number from now on. So I'm like, all right. I start putting it. I'm going along with it. I'm like, all right, what's your number? I put the number in my phone, and I'm like, what do I need to save it as? Like, what's your name? This man says save my number in your phone as King. So at that point, I literally lost it. I I already knew what was going on. I had, at this point, acted like I needed to go to the restroom. I got his number, you know, and told him it was nice to meet him. Was waiting on the girl to come back. When I came out the bathroom, she still wasn't there. It was still a nigga. Even taking the next breath without asking what the is going on. So he begins to ask me, how do I know my best friend? Like, you know, no, how do you know my best friend? So, oh, she's been one of my girls for a minute. One of my girls, like, what the fuck do you mean? One of my girls. She's been one of my girls for...
Well, needless to say, she's alive. Okay? She's alive, y'all.
I'm just doing laundry and stuff, but I thought, why not do a story time of this guy I tried to date recently, and just, maybe y'all can laugh and a kiki with me and get some tea and enjoy your day, and, so why not? So randomly I get a DM from a guy, and he plays for the Raiders out here. I live in Vegas, and at first he looked a little familiar to me, but for some reason I just didn't put two and two together at first. So I answered his DM, and then we exchanged numbers, whatever, and then eventually maybe a few days later we go on a date, and we go to this new casino by me, and we had a good time, and I was with him till 4 a.m, just vibing. We went to his house, I met his puppy, and then I went home. It was a really good first day, no immediate red flags, And then the next day, I kind of started to remember who he was, and so I'm asking him questions on the phone. I'm like, I think I see something about you, on the blogs or something one time. Is this you? Blah, blah. He's like, yeah. He's like, my ex, she's some girl on TikTok or whatever. And the way he was describing her, I was like, why does this girl sound kind of familiar? I'm on TikTok every single day, so I feel like I would have at least seen her on my For You page at least once or twice. So anyways, he admits who it is, and I'm like, oh, that's your ex, okay. And so I remember her posting story times about their relationship, and it was so so toxic, so bad, and he got 5 baby mamas and all this other shit, and she caught him with another girl in his bed, all types of shit, right? It was going viral, a lot of people seen it, and in my mind I'm like, maybe this isn't a good idea that I start trying to talk to him. But me, being me, I was like, I need to see for myself, let me give him the benefit of the doubt, blah blah. Dumb. So anyways, me and him, we chilled for maybe 3 days, back to back, and on the 3rd day he says, I love you. On the 3rd day of knowing me. So me, I'm a Sag, I'm a fire sign, I'm gonna go along with it because I love excitement. And so I'm like, love you too. But anyway, so over the course of the last, I'd say a month and a half, it was very much love bomby, very much every time we would be really just laying down, talking deep, and having these type of conversations or whatever, he'd say stuff you deserve a wedding ring, and I wouldn't ever want you to be another baby mom, I would marry you first, and I want you to move in with me, I've been at his house, I've slept over, he slept over at mine, I've driven his car when he was out of town, I've taken him to work at the facility out here, I've picked him up from work, the whole shebang. We were really in a relationship. I met his father, etc. So anyways, I just started to notice things. He just is a very selfish person, very emotionally selfish. Did he do a few nice things for me? Yeah, he sent me some money once or twice, and he got me flowers. That's cool. I've obviously got more, but it was nice, But other than that, emotionally, he's just not available and very, very selfish. I would say what was bothering me or something, and he would make it about him every single time. Or he'd be like, what about how I feel? You never see my point of view, you never see my perspective. I'm like, yes, I do. What are you talking about? He would just always gaslight the fuck out of me. And then if I use words like that, gaslight, he'd be like, what does that even mean? How do you not know at 25 years old what that word means? But I digress. So yeah, it just got really toxic, and then I just would find myself giving more than he was just emotionally, and I'm just like, why? Why? He's not even a catch. And I have to remind myself of that. You know what I mean? I could see if he was above 6 foot and no kids and didn't have 5, 6 different baby mamas, and it was just I had to snap back into reality. Girl, why are you giving so much emotionally when you don't even really like him? So I gave him a few chances to try to show me that this was really what he wanted, on a real level, and he just did it, and eventually I just got back to what I was doing and just kept him on the back burner. I started talking to people again, started answering text messages because he kind of had me in the first half. He really did. It's the love bombing stuff that really gets you. You know what I mean? He's good at that, and he'll know how to pull you in. You know what I mean? But then going back to the ex part, he would really tell me all of her business, which I just seen as a red flag because. Why are you going around telling this girl's business? The fertility appointments because she got something where she can't have kids, and then it's he would say, she lied about this on me, she lied about that on me, she texted me, apologized, trying to get back with me, all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, why are you telling her business? It was just unnecessary stuff that I didn't need to know about this poor girl, bless her heart, because they were currently back together, okay, shout out to you, but I just feel after seeing everything, and then my good friend seeing that they're back together, I'm like, why tell this girl's business? Why talk so much shit about her? Why shit on her? Literally, why say all these horrible things about her just to get back with her? And then it goes back to me trying to date him. And I'm like, thank God I wasn't that person, because imagine all the shit you probably talk about me, my smart ass now. You know what I mean? But all this to say, this little story time, the love bombing and emotional manipulation in men is kind of alarming because so many of them know how to do it and then claim they don't know what that is. I'll be love bombing or gaslighting. He's I don't know what those words mean. You might not know what the word means, but you know how to do it. I'll tell you that. And I've lived in Vegas maybe 3 or 4 years, and I'm the first person that lived in Vegas with me that I've tried to date, and I see why. All the people that I've had a you don't want anyone else but me. Say I'm your person, your soulmate. Say all these things in less than 2 months. Ask me to move in. Leave your clothes at my house. I had to beg him for 5 days to come get his clothes from my house, y'all. The last straw was like, if you don't come get your clothes from my house, I'm gonna throw them away. He's like, okay, I'll come get them. And then the day he came to get them, like he left, and then like he just keeps trying to pull you back in, like when he knows that you're about to leave. Like he tried to keep pulling me back in, would text me late at night. Literally text me a few days ago talking about, do you want to fuck? And yet, ain't you with old girl? The tea is piping hot. But blessings to them, you know. If that's what she wants, that's what she wants, you know. And I think, you know, there's always forgiveness and things. If Shorty forgave him for all the things that he done, and then he forgave her for all the things that they done, and she wanted to be baby mom number 6, that's her prerogative. That has nothing to do with me. I'm sure it's an accomplishment for her. That's totally fine. Like, kudos, amazing, congratulations. Because the last straw with us trying to talk was, he said, oh, she might be pregnant right now. She said she never got her period. And I was like, so what are you gonna do if she says she's pregnant? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what are you gonna say to her? He's like, I don't know. I was like, you gonna say congratulations or whatever? He's like, I can't tell mama what to do with her body. I said, so you want the baby? He's like, I can't tell him. I said, this is the problem with you. He don't want marriage. He don't want this. You know, as much as he told me he did, you're right. He wants babies. He wants to procreate. Like, he loves procreation. Like, he want baby mama almost 6, 7, whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, that's not what I want for my life. Sorry, I'm a wife. I need a ring, baby. Okay, I'm wifey over here. You can't tell me down. You can't trip me. But again, I digress. I pray for everybody. You know, I might kiki. I might tell my tea. It might seem sinister, but I promise I have the best intentions. You know, go off, you know, into the sunset, you and your 7 kids and your girlfriends, however many there are. And I wish y'all the best. But I will say, stop trying to fuck me when you got a girl. That's trifling. That's nasty. Throwing off pH balances is never cute, you know.
Thank God for Fast Forward. I think the only thing reason I listen to that because it's Josh Jacobs, but you sound a little bitter, sis. You sound a little bit like you couldn't be the 6th baby mama because if you was done with him, you would have blocked him and just threw them clothes away. She sounds a little bothered because you made a whole video about this, but you know, people only watch it because it's Josh Jacobs. These NFL players, I don't even know how anybody gets serious with them for real.
Hey, so we are cousins and we're dating, and people always ask us a ton of questions about it, so we're just doing a part 2, kind of answering the questions we usually get. How does our family feel about it? They don't care.
They really don't care.
Yeah, I feel like usually strangers online, make it weirder than it is.
Yeah.
In real life, like,
It's just,
nobody cares.
It's normal.
Yeah. The next question. How distant of cousins? First cousin.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I feel like it's just society's made all these rules. But
Which is dumb, but whatever.
Love is love. We're first cousins. We didn't grow up together. It's not like we were hanging out all the time. We met when we were 13. But it's not like we were super close as little kids, like siblings or something.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see that being weird.
Yeah, but no, we didn't have that growing up.
No.
Which side of the family?
Our moms?
Yeah, it's both of our moms. So my mom and her mom are both sisters. So we're related on our mom's side, so it's easy to remember. We have the same dad also, but we didn't know that growing up. It was like other members of the family knew, but the kids didn't. So neither of our siblings knew that our dad had like a secret family or anything. My mom just sat me down at least when I was 13 when we met and was like, hey, like, Daddy has another family. It doesn't mean we don't love each other. And yeah, so we're related on our mom's side. Next question, do we plan on having kids?
I would like to.
Yeah, no, we've definitely talked about it. Right now, we're still figuring our lives out. Savannah's in her 3rd year of residency at medical school, and I'm a fluffer, but I feel like we want our careers to be in a better place before we have kids, so we're still just figuring that stuff out. And if you guys have any other questions,
I don't know if this is real. They look similar. I went to the comments. Somebody said twisted both my ankles. Run into the comments. Somebody said, what part of West Virginia are you from? Nonchalant, we have the same dad. Flew spirit nonstop to the comments. My sister and I just recently divorced. Luckily, she is still my son-in-law. Yeah, I think it's a prank because when they said same dad, I was like, but they do look like cousins. I ain't gonna lie.
Just add pep.
That was it. If you want to know what this is, y'all, and you have flies or something, put pepper down your drain. It might work. I have plants, so I can't stand getting little gnats, so I'm constantly pouring things down my drain. So, FYI, every time you see this video saved, FYI, I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have an amazing day. I'll be praying for your safety. Pray for mine. Peace.